Hey guys, my name is BiBiAhn. I am a player for FlyQuest Red. I am currently competing in Advanced ESEA and Impact, and today I'm going to be watching over a demo between Question Mark and the Lamb of God. Both of these teams are competing in OC Open. Let's see how we can help these teams out here. Okay, this demo is kind of breaking because you can't see the rounds, but let's see. I like the conscious decision to not go forward, especially when you're alone. More game. You can see the idea he wanted to go through the smoke and fight, but he was stuck in between two decisions. Like he kind of went through and was like, oh, like am I gonna come back? But just if you're gonna do something, make sure that your teammates are with you and you guys are ready to go through, right? Instead of going through and be like, oh no, I can't, and then like you're just easy shot. But still hanging around this area when there's no real opportunity for us to fight at the T's. So I think we're not taking very good post-plant positions here. Green is also in the open. It's getting overwhelmed. So I think for the T's, just finding good post-plant positions and having a plan when it comes to it instead of just pushing one by one into CT. Buy back into the force, which is fine. Very common when you get the plant down. You can see it's a micro thing, but the flash, I mean it did blind, but the flash bounced off the building. It's a very micro thing. Just making sure we're cleaner on like the boosts. When you make sound like that, it could be T's know easily where you are now and what you're doing. And we're playing in a very one and done spot on A here to just understand you're not gonna get traded. And your job in this position is just get like one or two. We're not very reactive here. We're playing very close to the pistols, and the one thing I always say against pistols is your crosshair placement needs to be way more wider out, so you don't have to micro adjust. So, person comes out, he adjusts, and he's just dead at that point because he had to, from that time when he swung, he had to adjust his crosshair and he's just dead, so. We're pulling out a nade here, which is rough. I could be swinging him anytime. And... oh, well. Clean up from the CTs. Alright, T's take a half fire. Nade doesn't really do anything. Ramp, that we know they're at mid now. Be mid. Being disruptive. I think the sync between window and cat and con is a bit off. He goes for the nuke play on window here, but his con player is just, he's playing way far back, just making bottom con. Well, and his cat player is coming, but he obviously when he dies, the cat player doesn't want anything to do with that. As a cat player myself, if I was going to support someone doing that in window, then I would probably be up against the swarm wall and scaling here. But I also, the window's already blown and I'm only just running in now, so it's being quicker on the play together. So, let's see how we went down here. Oh. Some rough micro. We are not the Dig wants you to fight out in the open here, and against better teams, it's very risky for you to do this, and you're the sole defender of the site, and if you go down, the site's just overtaken. And we're not peeking into this angle either on Cat with like any purpose they can be up here, but we're peeking it like, oh, just it's like he's just checking it, right? And yeah, so to take over the site. It's a retake. I don't think we're aware of what each other is holding here, so... Or we're not coming the gap that they can scale E-box, they can pick you Cat. Just being aware of what's the gap and who's holding what. A lot of teams still struggle to do that, is where they don't call out what they're watching and what the gaps are, and so people just get caught off guard and just not aware. I would also argue that in my previous demo review as well, pre-6 rounds on CT, if you have man disadvantage, you don't have like a great joker spot where you can make a play happen, I would just opt to go for the save. The guns are way more important right now, earlier in the half, because once you broke here, then obviously you have to save next, and then like you're just stuck in this like a kind of spiral of buying and eco and buying eco. It's rough. So I would save and just look to play the next round on more of an even playing field where you can go for whatever you want, or whatever pick you want. 3 mollies on mid, we know that they're heavy on mid as the CTs. Okay, take me off. They can go up Cat. Someone should be booking it to B right now. Yep. It's a great spot. They can still go up Cat, but they won't be able to see him. Molly is... I think I would be swinging on the molly, I'll be honest. When we hear the nades come out, I would be swinging right here, but... The molly doesn't actually get him for like a second, and that's why Stacy dies here. It doesn't spread properly. I mean, Kokomi gets 2, which is great for him. If I was them and to do this again, I would just molly from like way further back, and then hold, wait for the molly to spread, hold, make sure he's not up there. Great nade usage. The smoke is a bit... I know we wanted a puffy smoke, but it's a bit too far. It could be gaps they can pick in front of T's. And we're going for a window. Right. And there's a pistol round, don't have to put too much there. I mean, the play is good, it's just the micro, the adjustment, the crosser you can see just kind of goes everywhere. Kill 1, and then we flick back to Apex for some reason. And that just causes us to readjust, and it's messy, so... Napster should know that there's one more A here. And the callout's not being processed fast enough for his teammates, and Joyboy swings out, gets another, and you can see the T's are kind of flustered. So just making sure we're faster on the comms, we're faster on listening to the comms as well, and just being aware. Okay, we go for the pick. I can guarantee you that the molly is not great. Let's see. Oh, we don't even molly. And we're crossing late. We're disrespecting the play, and that's how we die. And obviously the nade and smoke is counterintuitive. We're smoking it to block it off, and we're nading it to blow it open. And not that it does it here, I don't think, but still, it's And we're jumping as well. We're giving him... This is such an easy shot from him, probably from his POV. Yeah. So making sure we're not late to our responsibilities on A, which is molly ramp early, and making sure we're doing the correct molly as well. And the round just kind of crumbles on from there. Again, 2v5, just save. You guys are not in a position, you guys don't even have kit. This is a save. We recognize that the T's have mid control, and we need to make a play on ramp, which is good. And now I just want, as a CT, where can T's go from here? They have mid control. They don't know that we push ramp. And we got our... They're gonna pick on us in T apps. So they have options of having the pack going up con or cat. Also, by the way, if they were gonna do that, smoking themselves off con here is kind of also counterintuitive. Helps the T's more than... Helps the CTs rather than the T's, but you get my point. So we want to play for the next thing that the T's are doing. And that is that they go up con, or they go up cat, or they reset to ramp or apps. So we're pushing ramp, which is like, that's fine. We answered the question, they can't really go back because we're there. They can only go up con and cat. So how are we going to play for that? Let's see what the CTs does. A molly cat, big indicator they're going to go up con. We should be calling that, and I think 4 should be rotating already. There's no reason for him to be watching this molly. And at this point, if they can go up con, the A players that push through ramp here should automatically be already coming back because they've lost the timer to flank them in mid. So they want to be... They're already too late. Say they have a... So we're just not thinking, we're pushing through ramp and we're not thinking of what the T's can do and how to be ahead of it. We're kind of just autopiloting. And play. Making sure they don't push up mid. Good util. Some micro, but the molly missed. Here we have the lineup. Oh, it's a bit too high. I think you just, you aim like literally right at the corner of everything and you run. Yeah, it's a bit too high. It's okay. Lineup's almost there. See how we go down on A. No. We're kind of just sitting ourselves down out in the open. Just going for the quick jiggle. I think I'd go for the jiggle more on the left. Because whenever the AWP goes for a pick, it's like they usually go for ticket player, right? So you're kind of just in that line of sight. Alright. I think I can guarantee we have a good spawn. Oh, we go for ramp. We lingo ramp, that's why we're late to mid. And we're doing the nade before the smoke blooms. It's just a micro mistake. And we have bomb. Wait, okay. We know that they have bomb if they go back for it. 2 should be hightailing it to apps right now. I don't think there's any reason to walk. 1v2. It's a save. It's a save. Okay. This pick. Okay, we just go for more than we wanted. I think if I were to do this same pick again, Just have a flash come over. I think we land the molly that time, so it's not that bad. Okay. I think we should have a plan here as the CTs. You can see we're kind of in limbo after our window player goes down. Do we want to clear mid together? Do we want to play for the sites? Just leave mid, play for the sites? Do we want to push the wings or something like that? Right now we're kind of just like jiggling one by one into mid, and it's not really a real plan. Also we're walk peeking into this angle, and left eye, you're always gonna die. This T's are always gonna see you first before you even see them. The reaction time could be also faster here for more again, but that's okay. And this is the result of taking 1v1s in mid. We're just leaving our anchors solo and really can't do much unless he has like a hero around. Okay. Doing an aggressive mid play. We get paused. Okay. I think as the if I was doing this play, you smoked off under. You can stay on the ledge here, even if even if there's a T underpass and he spams, you're not in his line of spam. So just playing on the wall, so you don't have to worry about him too much. You worry about him and you turn, you overtake everything. Okay, what's the plan now? We're leaning 2 CTs towards B, and we have a player in Palace. This is fine. Taking good fights. Yeah. I mean, see what happens when there is a plan, as opposed to not having a plan. It's always a solid one, you know, leaning heavy towards the site and just playing for that site, and if they don't hit that site, then obviously this is already halftime, but if you're going to gamble a site and they don't go for it, it's always a good save. Okay, pistol round. Alright, fall back here. Yeah. Yeah. I think I would have fallen off way faster. We recognize that they're taking CT heavy, and the comp players should be playing fast behind them. And Napso actually gets 2, which is really good for CTs. Now the bomb is stuck. Yep. I think a good skill to have when you're an anchor, or pretty much anyone on the team, is recognizing what T's want to play for, and you can easily call that out for your team. So typically on a exec, you're going to see teams wanting to go for jungle or CT control. And so just calling that out makes it so your team can play accordingly around it, whether it's to play faster on con or to get ready to receive a CT hit. Okay, we're against the pistols, we're playing far back, very good, and the MP9 on the back, it's perfect, it's perfect. We're playing according to how our guns should be played. And this could also apply to pretty much any round in the game. What I said before is just recognizing how T's are playing. So we like to call on this team, there's like types of takes in mid where it's a teams coming out top mid and underpass at the same time. We personally like to call that phase, where we know that they're working both underpass and top mid, and they're going to be typically heavy mid. So just having like certain keywords and call outs for what your enemy is doing is very helpful for your team to paint the picture in their head and see what they can do to play around it. Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Obviously, it's not a fun fight for Morgan here. And he caught him while he's jumping, but it looks like Joker just full whiffed. Yeah, he's like kind of moving while he's spraying. Isn't bad, but against movement like that, it's kind of hard. Great plan coming at the CTs here. We get contact in mid and we're all flooding. The fights don't go away, I think, as an A player. Whatever they do in mid is not really your concern. You're too far away to do anything about it, really. And you have an MP9 here, playing triple is like kind of rough. You can see he's trying to lean over to try to help his teammates, but he's so out of the fight anyways, and by the time, like, that's what the lurks are kind of looking for. You just want to be really solid and make sure the lurk doesn't capitalize on you like that for moving. Because your mid players are fine. It's not really your job. If you do want to help your mid players, then you have to call that. You have to rotate in a way where it's very safe for you. So you have to make sure maybe like Ram's mollied or Palace is smoked, and then you move, or like you rotate back through CT into window. Kind of an interesting buy coming out of the tees here. It's like a full buy, but it's a half buy, but Hero Galil. I think I've seen this in every demo where the buys are kind of like just a little bit off. I mean, it would have been a good play. The timing is great. I think the nade just lands a bit shallow. I mean, it's not bad. You can still see people crossing from the front. Jumping into window. Okay, so I see this guy jumping into window here. I would be calling out they're jumping into window, and yellow needs to turn immediately. And also, holding Palace is not really his job right now. We know that they're at mid. We know that they're like kind of crawling, so just leave this to your A player. You don't have to worry about it. They have to do, especially on the pistols, they have to do like some sort of like silly gimmicks and, you know, plays you wouldn't typically expect, but like they have to go for those things because they're on the pistols, right? And so just window boosts are pretty common. And we just get caught off guard because the comms are slow and we're not realizing our responsibilities. Oh no. Yeah, unlucky we get tagged by the molly here. I see this a lot where we need to really respect mollies. Mollies spread in ways we can't see, especially when they land behind us, so just making sure we move fast when the molly comes down. Otherwise you get tagged and you're just dead here, because I know. Alright, they're up con, play retake. I would play way further back here and making sure like we kind of jiggle. We have a way to fall back, because if you get swung here, you die and they can just swing missiles and just kill you. Whereas if you were playing a little bit far back, you get the info that T's could be taking CT and you get to live. So yeah, good pick. We hear him planning triple. And that could also be a comm that comes across as well, is that, you know, if he's planning triple, then the cat player knows he can, you know, potentially look to spam him down. Alright. And when it comes to these post turns as well, if you are a player that is alone on one side of the map, like Ski here, I would play so slow. You need to let your pack play first. That's just a rule, because once they clear you out as the lurk, the T's can just look to focus on the pack. So you kind of, like, you are already making a lot of pressure on the T's by just staying alive and being here, because the T's have no idea when you will play. We're just lazy clearing things. They could totally be jungle. Yeah. I like this play coming out of the T's. The CT, sorry. Looking to go for A exact. Right side smokes. Okay. Good pathing. I would even also argue you can like kind of skip this sandwich area. It's not like that big of a deal, but the timing where you turn, like CTs could be sitting in an off angle and be holding you for that, or ninja or default. So I would just let that be the responsibility of the person behind you, and they can just trade you. All right, we get here and we kind of. We take CT, although a bit delayed, and we're picking one by one. And the round kind of falls apart. Because we're not taking CT together, and we're not taking it synced with the flash, and we're just picking one by one. So that's what happens here. Alright. Heavy out mid. I think that molly doesn't... Oh no, it's fine. Oof. It's a great shot from this guy. He kind of just gets... He just flicks well. Okay, so there's a lot to go down. This is why I kind of went back to rewind a little bit just to see what was going on, because there was a lot of chaos. But as soon as I see this molly come down, and this is not... I would fall back immediately. This is not a favorable fight for you at all, as you can see. As soon as that molly comes down, I need to respect it and just fall back. I'm also swinging technically with no flash, no support. Here. The walkthrough is fine. I think this fight is just a bit harder for this guy because there's a that is actually a T smoke, so they missed a smoke, and so he's kind of just confused. A micro here I would do as Morgan is like if I'm trying to peek under, I would peek more against the wall, the back wall. Here, I would do like a weird movement like this, just so I could see this guy faster. And let's see what window. And okay, so we're not coming here, and I can see because we're kind of cannibalizing each other's play. Morgan's gonna swing under, so we kind of nade his play, and he actually moves slower when that happens. So. And alright, we're all here. 2 and 4 are here. I think 5 should also be a bit further up if they were going to fight mid here. And you can see if 5 was closer to mid, he could be swinging off cat and capitalizing on these kills here. And the rag gunner just works now. Okay. Okay, some fast things we've learnt is making sure we're not cannibalizing each other's play. We know what each of us are doing. We want to take fights that are on at least like fairer ground, like 50-50, and we're not disrespecting mollies. You can see that on cat, we can see that on the con play. As the anchor, we need to be respectful of the lurk timers, especially when it's like the mid round, like the lurker is kind of prodding out and looking to play. What I liked from the CTs is that there was a lot of disruption, and it's good. They know the plan. They know they want to disrupt mid and fight mid, but I think doing it on time is where it makes sense for each other to play off each other would help really level up their game. The other big thing we saw in this demo is that teams were kind of picking one by one and without any trades. And for the Ts, when we just having that next layer in the exec, so you do right side smokes on A, okay, the next layer is we have to take CT or jungle, right? So how is that going to look like? If we take CT, how many bodies do we need there? How are we going with a flash or before a flash, or, you know, doing it dry? Are we mollying deep and then swinging behind it? You know, just having that second layer in the post plant really helps a lot. Great demo to watch, and yeah, I hope these teams are able to take these tips into account and improve on their game.